Welcome to Pile 9, Card 9. Here you are, in this luxurious swing over your cup of prosperity that you're saving all for yourself. This cup is your cup of happiness. This is the cup that you fill up for yourself, and in this 111 portal of being alone and isolated, this is self-care. This is taking care of your needs. If you have a rash, then you need special cream, okay? You have to pay attention to the needs of your body, the things you don't usually think about, and you may be neglecting because you're focused on everything else. Your body goes through a lot of stress and chaos and wear and tear, and so stress can manifest itself in the body and on the body, like in various different ways. There's all these mutations and weird anomalies within the human body, so you gotta make time. You gotta remember, this whole spiritual enlightenment thing, that we still have physical vessels, and physical vessels need to be attended to, like a car, okay? These cars, they run out of battery juice, the battery charge. If you don't drive your car around, for a couple months, then it dies. You gotta get a new car battery, and once you put a car battery in your car and you go down to get a smog check, then the smog people are like, oh, you put a new battery in this, I can't do the smog check for you. You have to drive your car around to have some sort of like record of driving or something. It causes more and more complications if you don't tend to the little things at the time that they are little. It grows bigger and bigger, like a rash, okay? When you first get that irritation of the skin, tend to it with some sort of cream or something, and then it won't develop into further torment and despair. And so this is the the health and wellness card. You have to you can't just drink water. This is like juice, with vitamins in it and stuff. And you're healthy, you're resting, you're taking time off, you're tending to your body, you're tending to your emotions, this is healthy and well and wise. You don't ever want to neglect yourself, because this is the 111. This is all you have, is you. And so you have to be there for yourself, because no one else will. And so, like in reverse, this is the toxicity card. This is the crying your eyes out because you're emotionally devastated. This is getting drunk and passing out. This is intoxicated because you can't handle things. You turn to the drink to try to cope with life. And so this is like the toxic addict card of crying miserably and never really tending to yourself, letting yourself go, like not attending to the things that need attention, like you're letting that rash spread and develop, and alternatively, like in the rising energy, you're aware that that your body goes through certain abnormalities, and so you tend to it. You develop a system that makes you comfortable and happy and well, and you provide yourself with nourishment with the water and the food. You get plenty of rest, and so this is a very healthy, happy card for the time of the 111. You're self-focused. You're focusing on yourself. This is also the selfish card, okay? Now, the term selfish gets a bad reputation. Why? Because all of the evil, grumpy idiots who are selfish, they lash out and take and take and take. But the enlightened one, who is selfish, puts their own self first. They tend to themselves so that they can be at their best state, so that they can provide for others. And so that it all starts with you. You can't just empty out your cup, completely exhaust yourself, and end up crying your eyes out because you gave everything to everyone else and they weren't worthy of it. So, this is a reminder to put yourself first. In this 111 energy, you have to take the initiative, stand up for your needs. Okay, say you got a knee injury or some sort of back sprain or something, and you're in a working environment that is unaware of your pains. You have to speak up for yourself. You have to say, like, okay, my knee hurts. I can't be in this physical activity. I can't bend down to lift things because my knee needs to rest, or my back has a spinal pain or something. And so once you communicate that, you can take care of yourself, so you can heal, so you can rejuvenate. And that's the focus of this card right here. I mean, it's a pretty basic message. Like, this girl, she can also be perceived as someone who's selfish, who's egotistical, or kind of I don't know, overly confident. They could get a bad reputation just because they're taking care of themselves. And this person is alone. They're not listening to any gossip or anything. They're being alone, being happy, being well, taking care of themselves. And so, maybe they get unjustified hate just because the expression on her face, it seems like, this could easily be like mistaken for like a drunkard, for someone who is just unstable, and where like you're indulging in life. Okay, like, now there are people out there that will indulge in life, and they'll actually have an addiction that they don't address, they don't take care of, they don't admit. And so this is the addict card in falling energy. And so some people, they may those who know that they're addicts, who know that they have issues, they might see the advice of, take care of yourself, indulge in life, as like confirmation for the addict to take another sip of the drink when they have to stay away from the drinks. And so, some people don't take responsibility for tending to themselves, and they just they continue this cycle of overindulgence when they really should hold off and focus more on their health and wellness. And so, from the perspective of addicts, here's another thing, like, you might spend a night or two just indulging in alcohol, and yet some addict that struggles with alcohol is going to demonize you just because they see you drunk, just because you take a sip, and you have complete full control of yourself. You just wanted an evening to relax and indulge in life, and a jealous addict will condemn you for that, call you intoxicated, call you an addict. Just project. They project and project, and this is what people do. Good people, with good intentions, they project their good intentions onto bad people with bad intentions. And so, and the bad people with bad intentions, they project bad intentions onto the good people with the good intentions. So what this means is, like, the kind-hearted person will expect people to be kind. The toxic manipulator will expect people to be toxic and manipulative. And so there's a disconnect here between these mirrored images, where the toxic manipulator is expecting the same weaknesses out of the people around them, and then the enlightened, kind-hearted one is expecting the same strengths in the people around them. And so when that's not matched, then there's always these people who project. And so this character in rising energy is in full control of themselves. They're taking care of their body, they're resting their mind, they're resting their body, they're indulging in life. You know, the swing, she didn't have to make this swing, she did it because she wants to relax and be comforted by the little that she has in her life. And so she indulges in the evening and relaxes and takes the night out for herself. Okay, she's not surrounded by anybody, and yet she makes this heart symbol with her chair. You know, she's embracing the love. And so that toxic manipulator will see someone resting on the couch and say, oh, they're just toxic, they're just an addict, they're manipulating the situation. And so it's just unjust hate, unjust projection. And these characters, they're just relaxing, they're just being themselves. And yet there's this focus, like, oh, how dare you relax? How dare you take care of yourself? How dare you indulge in one moment in your life? How dare you express love when you have no love in your life? And so it's like how to deal with haters and stuff. You know, ignore them. You're probably not aware that people think this way. You're just hanging out by yourself, being alone, embracing life. But then, you know, there's this perception that people see this as reversed, as intoxicated, as, you know, letting go of yourself, of your needs, of your health. And, you know, they don't see the real you. They see a distortion, they see their projections. And so that's a sign for you, for this individual 111 reading, to, if anyone projects this onto your image when you're like this, that's a sign that, you know, they're actually like this. And so they're trying to masquerade like this when they're really like this. And so they're assuming you're like this when you're really like this. And so, there's that to be aware of. And I suppose that's my main message. Take care of your health and your wellness. Embrace being alone. Make the most out of your circumstance. You know, this is 111. This is a time for new things. Okay. You know, we got a woman here, resting with her arm over her womb area. And so, like, the 111 could indicate, like, a fetus growing. And so you don't see the development. You know, it's not like a big belly right now. It's just like a tiny little fetus. And so, you know, this could be a pregnant woman who's just in the early stages of pregnancy. And so what this means as an entrepreneur, or for a business, or for, like, anyone who's not pregnant, this could be just the start of, you know, the thing that you don't see yet because it's behind the scenes. And so you need all this rest and relaxation to care for this project that's developing. because it's 111 energy, and things are starting to grow, starting to form. And so people aren't aware of this, you know. They just see you sleeping, and so they don't see all the hard work that you put in behind the scenes. They just see you, maybe you're a night owl, and so you get all your work done while everybody else is sleeping. But because you sleep in the day, then they're like, oh, they're lazy, they're a slacker, or they don't do anything. But you're putting in so much effort behind the scenes at night, like at 3 in the morning, and then you finally fall asleep, you know, when everybody else gets up and does barely anything with their day. But then they condemn you. So, you know, it's so interesting where we all want relaxation and comfort and care and self-worth and, you know, to take care of ourselves. But when we see it, I don't know if it's just her face or something, but it's like, I'm getting this, like, I don't know, this jealousy energy, this, like, how dare you be relaxed and comfortable, like, this hateful, toxic energy, like, I don't know, because they can never relax, because they can never, choose healthy things, and then they attack the relaxed, healthy people making good decisions for their lives. So it's an interesting phenomenon. It's all about perception, what you see in the card and everything. You know, probably because there's a giant chalice, and she's, she has her eyes closed, so it seems like intoxication, but this can just be rest. And so, you know, it's all about how you see things. So, yeah, your 111 message is to rest and relax, because you have to take care of yourself first before you can take care of others. Embrace the moment, indulge in life, and to not focus on the haters. If you see this toxic, manipulative kind of attitude, disconnect. You know, cut these cords. They're not worth your time. They're not worth your energy. It's better. This is your message right here. It's better to be alone and embrace the alone time than be in the wrong company. Okay. This is like, you know, the typical tarot thing with the 3 of Cups, where people are socializing and stuff, and when that's in reverse, it's like gossip and lies and hatred and deceit. And this girl's like, I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm gonna stay home, and just be alone and relax and have a good time by myself, and avoid all this drama. So, yeah, that's your message. Take care of yourself. This is the new beginning, and things are supposed to be slow. They're in the development phase, and so things are going to take some more time. Alright, take care of yourself.